this Georgetown Literary Festival, can we ask Cyril to make the announcement? Thank you.
Thank you, CM. Okay, so we're here to announce the 5th edition of the Georgetown Literary Festival. Some of you may be asking why Penang Institute is doing this. Actually, Penang Institute is has been given the responsibility for the first time to be the main organizer for the Georgetown Literary Festival, which has before this actually been organized by PGT, Penang Global Tourism. Penang Institute has now taken over, and we hope this year we're going to do it bigger, better, and bolder. And I think definitely bolder. If you will announce later who will be speaking. But basically, this year we will have about 30 acclaimed writers from all over the world again, as part of our mission to celebrate world literature. We have writers from the United States, Canada, Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, Australia, Philippines, Singapore, and of course our own local writers, and who will be engaging on this very interesting theme that we have come up with, which is called "We Are Who We Are We Who We Are." That's a bit of a mouthful, but it's quite interesting. This year's festival will be curated, or actually promoted to festival director, so will be directed by Bernice Shaw Lee, who is of course a homegrown talent from Penang, a well-known writer, poet, with of course supported by the production team in Penang Institute, and also producer Ms. Hui Giok Lim, here, formerly from BGT, who is helping us as the festival producer. So this year, as you can tell from the theme, "We Are Who We Are We Who We Are," the central issue would be the issue of identity. We're going to look at how basically our human society deals with values, judgments, prejudices, through, of course, the writing of our writers and commentators. It's basically a critical theme, and something that we feel is very important given what's happening in our country today. So, coming to the headliners, this year's keynote address will be delivered by Datin Paduka Marina Mahathir. So I think this is going to be quite interesting. We all look forward to hearing from Datin Marina, who, of course, as everyone knows, is a very outspoken and vocal personality in Malaysia. Of course, we've got other headlining Malaysian writers as well: Shelley Lim Giok Lin, K.S. Maniam, Chua Guat Eng, and Southeast Asian Wright Award winner Lim Swee Tin, as well as famous Malaysian cartoonist Zunar, also well known in Malaysia. Last year we had Lat, Dato' Lat, and this year we've decided to feature Zunar. Among the international writers, we've got Anya Hudler from Germany, Fran Caltro from Netherlands, Wajahan Ali from the USA, we've got a few from America, and we've got others from Canada, Hong Kong, and elsewhere. It's all in the press release, so I won't go through all of them. But basically, from Penang Institute side, we'd like to thank PGT, who is actually still part of the project as the main sponsor. So logos up there in the publicity materials. But also we received a lot of support from the US Embassy, the British Council, Goethe Institute from Germany, the Embassy of the Netherlands, Canada Council, the Belgian Embassy, and of course other local organizations such as Gerak Budaya, Pusaka, China House, which actually will be one of the main areas in which the Georgetown Lit Fest will take place. We're actually going to center it around China House, so there'll be many venues, but all around that area. And of course the University of Nottingham, Malaysia as well, who is supporting the event. The festival, as usual, will be 3 days, and on the last weekend of November. And we can expect many interesting discussions, poetry, recitations, even a wayang kulit performance, I'm made to understand, and live music all throughout the 3 days. So event is free, as it is every year, with the exception of writing workshops. And for more information, feel free to check out the website, georgetownlitfest.com. I don't know if Bernice, as the festival director, would like to add anything.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here, and it's an honor and a pleasure to be festival director of the Georgetown Literary Festival, which our very own writer Tan Tan Eng has said is one of the best in the world. So we have to keep up. We have to live up to that expectation. The festival is now in its 5th year, and we will probably have the largest number of writers we've ever had, which is about 30. So including the moderators, who are also from Malaysia. They're looking at about 40 speakers in this year's festival. I'm very, very excited because I think the theme itself is something that is, and if you look at the visual of the theme, we are who we are, but are we really who we are? And I think that the writers that I've decided to invite this year are writers in themselves who address these issues of identity, of powerlessness, of shame, in their own writing. So it's going to be a pretty interesting topic, and it's going to stir up and provoke people, which is exactly what we want. Because the world is in crisis. It's not just Malaysia. There are many countries that are in crisis at the moment. And as writers, as commentators of society, it is our responsibility, it is our job to address these issues in a forum, in a platform, in a place like Penang, where we have that kind of freedom and autonomy and support of the state government to do that. We will have a wayang kulit performance, and I think this is something that I decided upon a couple of weeks ago, because Edwin Koo, who is the founder of Pusaka, is a very, very good friend of mine, and I thought it would be nice to have a sort of wayang kulit performance, perhaps in the grounds of the Chia Kong Si, for example, if we do secure that space. But how wonderful it would be to have a Malay performance in a Chinese clan house. I mean, I think that is just representative of who we are as Malaysians. Also, we will have live music again from some of our best singer-songwriters in KL. We will be working with Gerak Budaya to host 2 very special panels that deal with history and performing arts in Penang. And we will be welcoming writers who have been here before. Omar Musa is coming back. He's a Malaysian-Australian writer who is now one of the top novelists in Australia. His picture is also on the poster. And we will welcome back our moderators who've done a fantastic job over the last 4 years, so we'll welcome back them again. I'm very, very happy to be working with the Penang Institute, because I think as the island's think tank, we are very much in line with the promotion of literary work, of literacy, of academic thought and discourse. I think discourse is very, very important, that the fact that we can talk about these issues in a climate where there are so many things that we can't talk about. So I'm very grateful again to CM for allowing us to produce this festival. It's the 5th year, and we hope it will be the best. Thank you.
Actually, this is an effort that we have continued for the 5 years. Previously, I think it was handled by Penang Global Tourism, but it's now migrated to be jointly shared with the Penang Institute, because I think we feel that when you talk about something literary, it should not only be the sole preserve of Penang Global Tourism, but also of a think tank. I think we are trying to broaden out, not only in terms of the organizers, but also in terms of the content, as well as the output, the inputs that we have received over the last few years. Of course, the mainstay of this Georgetown Literary Festival is still the state government. It's just which department or which agency, state agency, will be driving the Georgetown Literary Festival. And I would like to emphasize that the Georgetown Literary Festival is an event that sits on its own. And it's not part of tourism. And that's why it's migrated to Penang Institute to be jointly organized. And we feel that Penang has an intellectual capital of Malaysia in the early days. We should try to, bring it back as well as re-establish that persona and that status that Penang enjoyed as not only the intellectual capital, but also a driver for new ideas, especially on the importance of freedom. In any literary festival, the key ingredient, the essential characteristic is still freedom. Freedom of expression. And I think maybe that's the reason why Penang has been able to sustain this festival for the last 5 years. Because we respect freedom. And I don't think it's been done in any other state except Penang. And we, of course, intend to demonstrate and prove that freedom can not only bring about better civil rights, better human rights, stronger human rights, but also it can also help to generate economic growth and prosperity. Because when you have that essential characteristic of freedom, you always attract the best and brightest. And of course, the best and brightest will be creative and innovative. They will definitely add value to one's economy. This is something that is intangible, an economic intangible, but I would say that important, and in Penang we want to demonstrate that freedom can indeed bring about economic progress as well as economic prosperity. So I think with these viewers, I want to thank Bernice for her homecoming. She was once curating the Georgetown Literary Festival. She was the first one, of course, before she took a sabbatical. And she's now come back home. So this is a sort of homecoming for her. So I want to say welcome back.
Thank you.
All right, and I'm sure that this festival would be very unique, because not only is it been helmed by a lady, but the keynote speaker is also a lady. All right, any other questions?
Can you look at one place? The chef first.